The next thing that we're going to look at is using the law of sines to solve a triangle. Thinking back to even last year when you guys did this, law of sines looks like this. And remember, it's going with angle measures and side lengths across from each other. I'm going to use the phrase angle pair relationship. So if I'm dealing with angle A, I need the side length that's across from it, and they label it lowercase a. They do the same thing for the next one, sine of B over little b, which is the side length across from that. It's a proportion, so you just need two of them, and then we'll cross multiply to solve. So let's try an example. When I say solve, I'm looking for all the missing parts, so I need the measure of angle A, I need side length A, and I need side length B. In terms of your angle measure, we're going to solve for that first. Remember, in a triangle, all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So you should be able to take 180 minus 80 minus 45 to get you 55 degrees. Place that up here in my triangle. And now to find side length A or B, we're going to have to do both. But to solve for either one, we're going to use the law of sines. We use the law of sines when I'm not dealing with a right triangle. And you can see that neither one of these angles is a 90 degrees, so we have to go off and use the law of sines. So I'm going to start with solving for side length A. I have sine of 55 over my side length of A. Notice how I went across. That's going to equal, now we're going to come up with one that doesn't have a variable, and I notice that I have an angle measure of 80, that's across from a side length of 3. So we're going to say sine of 80 over 3. To solve, we're going to cross multiply. I get A sine of 80 equals 3 sine of 55, divide by sine of 80, A equals 3 sine of 55 over sine of 80. And take out your calculators to do this. 3 sine of 55 divided by sine of 80 gets me approximately 2.5 for my side length. There's side length A. For side length B, the temptation is wanting to use the Pythagorean theorem here. Reminder, this is not a right triangle. The Pythagorean theorem only works for right triangles. Okay, so we're going to still use the law of sines and just do it over again. So this time, if I want to solve for side length B, I want the angle across. So sine of 45 over B now equals, I can reuse the sine of 80 over 3, that is fine. And it works the same way as what we did before, cross multiply and solve. B sine of 80 equals 3 sine of 45, divide by sine of 80, 3 sine of 45, divided by sine of 80. You can plug that into your calculator. When you do that, you're going to get approximately 2.2 as your side length. These all represent your answers off to the side.